It's great to see a lot of familiar faces that have been working with us with La Movida for, love saying this now, decades. That's good. Let's hear it for that, right? And also several new faces. I'm Randy Hawk. I'm the Vice President of Content and Brands for Midwest Family Broadcasting. I used to be called the Program Director, but now kids think if you're a Program Director, you write code for computers. I don't do that. I'm way too old for that. I don't know how to do that. So they adjust my title sometimes as needed. Really, my job today is a lot like my job on a daily basis for La Movida. My job is to make sure that Luis and Lupita have the resources they need to serve their culture and community in the ways they see fit and get out of the way. So my job today is really to welcome all of you on behalf of all of Midwest Family Broadcasting. We're a company based out of Madison, found in Madison shortly after World War II. Something you may not know about the name Midwest Family Broadcasting is it's actually an acronym, and that's why it's Mid-West Family. Three gentlemen, Mefford, Walker, and Fisher founded the company, and they did not want it to sound like a law firm, no offense, Mario, or an accounting firm. So they brainstormed and came up with Midwest Family. Phil Fisher, one of our patron saints, we just lost him within the last couple of years. I was going over to his place to deliver some information during COVID in person because I was afraid he didn't understand FaceTime or Zooming anybody. So I drove over to his house in Middleton, and his wife said, hang on, he's Zooming with his brother in California. I'm like, he has a brother? He's 96. He goes, yeah, it's his older brother. He's 98. So part of his entrepreneurial spirit and the type of person he is certainly a foundation of Midwest Family, as is the Walker family. And the Walker, Tom Walker's grandfather and father really defined the premise of our company, and it really boils down to this: connections realized. Our job is to create connections within the community, create connections within our advertisers and the community, and if we do our job well and serve our community and our listeners and our audience well, then we will profit accordingly. So our number one priority is to do events like this and bring people together, and we know great things will come out of events like this, and our company will profit accordingly. So with the community and the culture growing, so too do we grow. So with that, we got a really awesome program today. Appreciate everybody coming, and we've got a legendary host who rises to the occasion year after year. Let's hear it for Mario Mendoza.
Good afternoon, buenas tardes. Muy bien, muy bien. Yes, my name is Mario Mendoza. I'm an attorney at Murphy Desmond, and it is my privilege to welcome all of you to the 12th annual Hispanic Heritage Luncheon, celebrated and hosted by Midwest Family Madison, and of course, WLMB. La Movida 1480 AM y 94.5 FM, donde sí la mueves. Right? Today is a special and important day, first because we're together, you are here, but also because today, October 14th, La Movida is celebrating 20 years of broadcasting 24/7. First and only Spanish radio station in South Central Wisconsin. How about that? We would like to take an opportunity, of course, to thank the sponsors that make today's event possible. I would ask if you could please hold your applause until the end of the list, which is a fabulously growing list. It's wonderful. Herzing University, Habush and Rotier, Wild Easttown Honda, St. Vincent de Paul, Grace Hospice Care, Stoughton Health, American Family Insurance, Dream Bank Madison, the Wisconsin Latino Chamber of Commerce, Rural Mutual Insurance, Bank of Sun Prairie, Gunderson Funeral Home and Cremation, American Girl, Madison College HEP program, Bright Star Care, Centro Hispano of Dane County, Madison Gas and Electric, the Catholic Multicultural Center, Tracti, Unity Point Health Meritor, Stoughton Trailers, and UW Facilities Planning and Management. Please give them all a round of applause. Today we also have many, many special guests. You're all special. Everyone is special. But we do want to mention a few because, well, they're specialer? No, we're all very special. Maria Guerra Lapasek, she is the Deputy Secretary of the Wisconsin Department of Revenue. Justin Williams, the Regional Representative of the Office of Senator Tammy Baldwin. Calvin Barrett, the Dane County Sheriff. Joe Parisi, our Dane County Executive. Ruben Sannon, Deputy Mayor, City of Madison. Aaron Richardson, Mayor of the City of Fitchburg. Ambassador Claudia Franco from the Consulate of Mexico in Milwaukee. Shiva Vidar, former President of the Madison Common Council and President and Latino Health Council co-chair. Julia Arata Frata, Alder for the Fitchburg Common Council. Randy Udell, President of the Fitchburg Common Council. Michelle Vetterkind, President and CEO of the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association. Janet Figueroa, Alder for the 10th District of the City of Madison. Many other alders from the City of Madison, Fitchburg, and surrounding planets. And Karen Menendez-Koller, Executive Director of Centro Hispano of Dane County. Fabiola Hamden, Immigration Affairs Specialist of Dane County Department of Human Services. Jessica Cavazos, President and CEO of the Wisconsin Latino Chamber of Commerce. Juan Jose Lopez, co-founder of the Latino Economic Development Foundation. Salvador Carranza, the president of the Latino Education Council. Oscar Mireles, poet laureate and director of the Omega School. Baltasar de Anda Santana, executive director of the Latino Academy of Workforce Development. Teresa Telles Giron, co-chair of the Latino Children and Family Council. Norma Gallegos, president of the Latino Professionals Association. Virginia Gittens Escudero, Unidos executive director. Veronica Figueroa, Dane Arts Mural Arts executive director. Gloria Reyes, formerly of Briar Patch. Mark Freire, director of Dane County Arts and Cultural Affairs. Many representatives from the Madison Police Department, UW Police Department, Amigos en Azul. Any other law enforcement agencies that I have missed? Perhaps yes, no? Okay. And Dane County, of course. And Wisconsin Patrol and Verona Police Department perhaps might be here as well. Now you can all applaud. All of you are special. Now it is an opportunity for us to celebrate, and I think we're going to try it the same way that we tried it last year, which was a combination, right, of the cities and the county's proclamations, or however you know, I don't want to get in the way of any elected officials' preferences, but we have been blessed with proclamations of the Hispanic Heritage Month by the Dane County, by the City of Madison, and the City of Fitchburg. So I will just call representatives from all three municipal governments, and you all figure out how you want to deliver this. Okay, Joe Parisi has taken the lead.
Who else is here?
I see Julia, I see Aaron.
Hello, everyone. Just want to start by saying, Mario, you're special too. Hi there, I'm County Executive Joe Parisi. We all have proclamations. I don't think I'm going to read mine, so we don't all end up reading entire proclamations that may be similar. But no less, we will leave them here, and the intent and the feelings are certainly with us. I just wanted to take a quick moment to say hello. I wasn't able to make it to last year's event, so I haven't seen a lot of folks, since the onset of the pandemic. We've been out a lot this spring and summer, but we're still running into people. And, I just wanted to mention quickly that, we certainly know that the pandemic hit the Latino community very hard. but you certainly rose to the occasion. And I just want to thank the many of you here for your efforts around education, vaccinations, housing, food security, and all of the other needs that this community came together to provide during the pandemic. We know that, times are better. They're changed a little bit like they were, but still a lot different. And there's still a lot of challenges out there. But we can always count on the Latino community in Dane County to rise to that occasion and to be there for one another. And I just want to thank you and let you know how much we appreciate you and appreciate all of the efforts of the last couple of years. So thank you.
Thank you for having us. Fitchburg is a very diverse community, and the Hispanic population is a very important part of that. About 17.3% of our population is Hispanic. We also have a number of businesses that are owned by Hispanic members as well. And Alder Radefrada is going to read part of our proclamation as we talk about how important it is for us in the city of Fitchburg.
Thank you, Aaron. So, buenos días a todos. Good morning, everyone. So, as the mayor mentioned, we have a very robust Latino population in the city of Fitchburg, and then we did our proclamation a couple of weeks ago, and I want to mention that la ciudad de Fitchburg es pionera de contar con una población hispana dinámica que representa un 17% de su población y que aporta un rol importante en la economía y en la sociedad de nuestra ciudad. Y además la ciudad de Fitchburg reconoce y celebra las numerosas contribuciones aportadas por nuestra comunidad hispana para mejorar la calidad de vida en nuestra ciudad, y por lo tanto el alcalde y el concilio de la ciudad de Fitchburg reconocen el mes de 15 de septiembre hasta el 15 de octubre como el mes de la herencia hispana en la ciudad de Fitchburg, Wisconsin. Gracias.
And hi, everybody. My name is Ruben Sanon. I'm one of the deputy mayors representing Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway today, who couldn't be here, but works every day to support the Latinx community. And because she told me to read the proclamation, I am. So without further ado, whereas each year the United States recognizes the economic, cultural, and social contributions that Hispanic/Latinx peoples have brought to our nation, and whereas the rich and distinctive culture of the Hispanic/Latinx community has always been an integral part of our country's identity, and whereas this month represents the anniversary of independence for Chile, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, and Nicaragua, and whereas based on 2020 census data, the Hispanic Latinx population of the United States totals 62.1 million people, which represents 19% of our population, making Hispanic/Latinx people the nation's largest ethnic or racial minority. And whereas Hispanic/Latinx people are a diverse racial group, including those who identify as Afro-Latinx, indigenous, and multiracial, and whereas Hispanic Heritage Month is one of enormous pride for Hispanic and Latinx living in the United States, and whereas Madison is fortunate to count among its population a dynamic Hispanic and Latinx community that plays an important role in our city's economy and society, and whereas we encourage all Madisonians to recognize and applaud the many contributions made by our Hispanic/Latinx community to enhance the quality of life in our city. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Mayor and Common Council recognize the month of September 15th, 2022 through October 15th, 2022 as Hispanic Heritage Month in the city of Madison. And be it further resolved that the Mayor and Community Common Council congratulate our Hispanic/Latinx community on this significant month and thank them for their contributions to the vibrancy of the city of Madison. Thank you.
Do you want to say anything? You want to say anything? Sure. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Luis Montoto.
Well, thank you for being here. Muchas gracias por estar con nosotros el día de hoy. Este año para nosotros, para nuestra familia, es bastante diferente. Algunos de ustedes saben que Lupita y un servidor estamos pasando por momentos difíciles con nuestro hijo de 21 años. Y pues gracias, tenemos a muchas personas que agradecerle. Y bueno, estamos luchando por nuestro hijo y la verdad agradecemos mucho a los doctores, al hospital y a los doctores y a los enfermeros que día con día ayudan a nuestro hijo salir adelante con lo del cáncer. Nuestro hijo hace más de un mes fue diagnosticado con cáncer y tuvimos momentos muy difíciles. So, some of you know, some of you don't know, our son, Louis, a little over a month ago was diagnosed with cancer. And this year, Herencia Hispana, we wanted to make it a big celebration because it's 20 years that we came on board with Midwest Family Broadcasting. We started broadcasting 24/7 for our Latino community, or I should say Spanish-speaking community, and our listenership. So it's been 20 years, and this is Lupita's idea to come downstairs, and it's a bigger place, but you know, things change. We didn't have. You don't plan cancer. So I want to thank a lot of people that have helped us. I want to highlight in particular Shiva. She's helped us tremendously at UW with a whole bunch of stuff that even though we're the radio people, you think, you interview a lot of people and you think you know a lot of stuff. No, there's a lot of things, but I want to thank the Lord for giving me a second opportunity with my son, Louis. And especially to the doctors and the nurses over at UW Hospital. Thank you. Gracias, Shiva, por todo lo que has hecho por nosotros. Muchas, muchas gracias. Thank you. And 20 years of being on the air 24/7. I want to thank, obviously, Tom Walker. He's a visionary. He's the president of Midwest Family Broadcasting. Obviously, without his vision and his idea and his guts to take on his board and say, dude, now it's okay. 20 years later, broadcasting 24/7 in Spanish, it's like, okay, 20 years ago, try and do that 20 years ago. When you can change your station to a country station, a rock station, a classic hits station, but you want to do Spanish, you do know where we're at, right? We're in Madison, Wisconsin, 20 years ago. So I want to thank Tom, wherever he is. Randy Hawk is my boss. He's our, you've held a lot of titles, Randy, but Tom is, when he's not, when Tom is not around, Randy's the big boss to go to. So he's helped us immensely over at the station with many things that too long to mention, but thank you, Randy. And thank you to all the people. Michelle's here. Thank you, Juan Jose. All of you. Muchas, muchas gracias. Lupita's not here today. She's with our son. We're at the whim of the doctors, and I mean that in a good way, because we didn't expect to take Louis home till Saturday. The doctor said, okay, you got a couple of hours so you can take him home. Whoa. So everything that we had planned for yesterday and today was out the window, but thank God, thank the Lord, our son is home. And thank you. Gracias a todos ustedes. Gracias. Thank you. So let's celebrate 20 years of La Movida. Gracias.
There are very few moments where I think any of us can say that we speak fully for others. But this is one moment where I know I do speak for all of you and thousands upon thousands of others. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, with Lupita, with Louis, with Manny. And much as you have been there for us for 20 years, 24/7, this whole community is here for you guys 24/7 mega times. Well, continuing on with what is, in fact, an important celebration as well, we have a keynote speaker, one that perhaps at least 95% of those in attendance today have crossed paths with. And for that 5 remaining percent, you will cross paths because our keynote speaker has been everywhere, has done everything. And we're lucky to have him as a member of our community and our keynote speaker today. I'm talking about, of course, Juan Jose Lopez. He is originally from San Antonio, Texas, and received a Bachelor of Arts degree in social work from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. He has been the executive director of Briar Patch and the Boys and Girls Club in Dane County, worked as an aide to Governor Tony Earl, worked as a policy and planning analyst for the Office of the Attorney General Peg Lautenschlager, and was section chief in the Bureau of Job Service in the Division of Employment and Training of the Department of Workforce Development. Now, Juan Jose has also held many other positions and leadership roles in community-based organizations. This is just a sampling, chair of the board of directors of UMOS, founding member, board member, and current president of the board of directors of the Latino Chamber of Commerce of Dane County, founding member of the Latino Professionals of Greater Madison organization and serves as an advisor to that group, member of the Rotary Club of Madison and former member of its Rotary Foundation, former member and vice president of the Wisconsin Migrant Coalition, member and co-chairperson of the Youth Committee for Kids Fund of the Capital Times newspaper, president of Nuestro Mundo Community School, co-founder and member of the executive board of the Latino Support Network in Dane County. As if that were enough, he's also a former elected official. He was elected and served 12 years as a member of the Madison Metropolitan School Board of Education from 1994 to 2006. Juan Jose has now retired from his position with the state government and has formed a consulting business called, appropriately, Lopez Consulting. Please welcome our keynote speaker, Juan Jose Lopez.
It's not morning anymore, so voy a decir muy buenas tardes. Les voy a pedir, por favor, que me pongan atención. Les voy a hablar en inglés, pero primeramente en respeto al Consulado de México. Y siendo yo chicano o tejano, yo también sé el español y lo sé bien. ¿Okay? Es un orgullo poder hablar 2 idiomas. Consulada, bienvenida aquí otra vez. Ya la he visto 3 veces aquí en Madison. Con el grupo de TEPA, donde está Salvador Carranza. De Salvador Carranza y su comité de la Cámara de Comercio Latina también estuvo aquí y ahora está aquí apoyando a la familia Montoto. Yo también he tenido cáncer. En 2015 tuve cáncer. Lo hice muy privado. I had cancer in 2015 and I kept it very quiet. I felt somewhat embarrassed, somewhat scared, and I didn't know who to talk to or who to share my stuff with. I have some very close personal friends that I told. I met with people, and I sat down with them and told them that I was sick. And when they tell you have cancer, what's the first thing I thought? I'm going to die. That's the first thing I thought. Shiva and all the people that work for UW Health, you all are miracle workers. Please save this young man of the Montotos. Well, let me tell you why I was selected to speak. I went to go eat lunch with Luis and Lupita, and I complained about one thing and one thing only. Van a tener a ¿cómo se llama? Mario Mendoza de LMC. Dámelo a mí, yo soy mejor que él. Give it to me, I'm better. They said, no, Juan. He's the best, and you're never going to be better than him. Well, guess what? They gave me the keynote speaker. In other words, ya cállate. So no estés criticando. Don't be complaining. After Luis called me, and I've called them as often as I can to see how their son is doing, and I talked to Lupita as well, when and if she's available. I said, what should I talk about? So, of course, I called several people. And there's a lot of people that know me here. Some of you like me, some of you don't like me, some of you agree with me, some of you don't agree with me. But you know who I called? Sylvia Gomez. Where's Sylvia? Where's Sylvia? Right there. Sylvia Gomez is the counselor extraordinaire at East High School. Y tiene sus estudiantes aquí ahora. Dale un aplauso a todo el trabajo que hace ella. I call former alder Kristen Alburras. Some of you know who he is. Kristen Alburras, who was on the city council with our wonderful city council person as well. I called him, and he said he was too busy. He can't talk to me. So then I called another good friend of mine, and I talked to her about it. We even sat down and wrote some notes. And that's my good friend, great leader of the Latino Chamber of Commerce, Jessica Cavazos. Give her an applause. Ella es la que me ayudó a formalizar esto. Pero también hablé con mi amiga, Arely Estrada. And those of you that don't know Arely Estrada know her because she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And she's the executive director of the Affordable Dental Care. Arely Estrada, she's back there. Her birthday's tomorrow, by the way. I looked it up before I came in, so she knew that it's her birthday. So le pueden felicitar. As I'm talking to you, I'm telling you about why we're here to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. The other person I called is David Aguayo. David Aguayo should be the future mayor of Madison. Where are you, David? I asked him for information, and he didn't come through because I'm not as important as Zach Brandon. But that's okay. The other person, there's a couple of young men that I consider like my sons that I talk to often. They listen to me, believe it or not, and sometimes they don't. And sometimes they agree with me, and sometimes they don't. But one of them that I hold in the highest esteem because he's a darn good father and a successful businessman, and that's Winzy Melendez. Where's Winzy? Winzy Melendez is here with his son, and I better say this right because he'll call me and say, Lopez, no lo pronunciaste bien. His son Ali is here. Oh, la esposa Verónica está aquí, and his daughter is here too. Oh, están toda la familia. Dale un aplauso a la familia. In case you didn't know, and Joe, I think you came out there one time, they are the 7th or 8th largest Latino business in Wisconsin. They are the 7th or 8th largest Latino business in Wisconsin. Amigo Construction. Amigo Construction. So, okay, I told you who I called. And of course, I also sat down with Salvador Carranza, and I talked to Santiago Rosas. I know there's other alders that are here from Fitchburg and from Madison, and so forth. But Santiago Rosas was the second, and I say the second, Latino elected official on the Madison City Council. Santiago. I want to talk today about community and unity, okay? Unity and community. We are a Latino population in Madison and Dane County that is extremely, and I say extremely talented. We're very talented, but we're not always considered. We're not always recognized. We're not always given leadership roles that we deserve and belong. We have 13 executive directors or CEOs here of nonprofits here in Madison, Wisconsin. Of a large corporation, we only have one Latino as a CEO of a company. And I'm not going to tell you, Google it, because you'll find it. Okay? We have a lot to celebrate because we're talented. This week, Madison 365, editor and owner Henry Sanders recognized several people that are here today in our crowd. Alex Izquierdo was one of them. Demo Sokpin is another one. They were recognized as 47 of the most influential Latinos in Wisconsin. Why are Latinos not recognizing Latinos? Luis and Lupita Montoto, La Movida, is recognizing some of the talent that we have here in Madison, Wisconsin, and Dane County. We have to do a better job, folks. All of you young Latinos that are here, you should be applying to be a secretary, whoever the governor gets elected the next time. You should be applying for jobs that Joe Parisi has in his office. And Rodrigo Valdivar is here. Valdivia is here, and I know him, and I talk to him often, and he listens to me. He doesn't always agree with me, but he listens to me. The city of Madison, Harper Donahue just left to the city of Milwaukee. We should have Latinos ready to apply for that job to be the next HR director for the city of Madison. Tell me why not? Who's the highest ranking Latino at UW-Madison? At Madison College. Madison College, I'm going to tell you this. If you want to send an email or go talk to him and tell him thank you, that should be the president of Madison College. He gets it. He has Valentina Ajedo, who's the vice president, and she also runs Madison College South. And then they also have the dean, doctor. He's a dean. He's a dean. And that's Ramon Ortiz Jr. Give Ramon Ortiz Jr. a big round of applause. Folks, I love being up here and talking to you and telling you what the situation is. And I want to celebrate all our successes. And I want to celebrate and recognize and acknowledge everything we're doing. But we're not anywhere near we should be. And we're in 2022. We got to hold all elected officials accountable. The city council, the county board, the school boards. There's 16 school districts in Dane County. Are our kids achieving at the level they should be? No, they're not. No, they're not. And I talk to Carlton Jenkins, Dr. Carlton Jenkins, all the time. Okay? We're not achieving like we do. But let me tell you, the groups that are doing great things. The Latino Professional Association, there's at least 10 of us here that founded that organization, and now Norma, who's one of the recipients, and of course I'm gonna Rodrigo, you're gonna have to tell me how to pronounce his name, or I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. Who said? Yeah, Matthias. They are running that organization excellently, excellently. Okay, the Latino Professional Association. There's Centro Hispano. There's the Chamber of Commerce. There's La SUP. There's Latino Consortium for Action. There's a lot of organizations that are doing great things, but we need to step it up. And those of you that are not involved, get involved. Get connected to Centro Hispano, to the Latino Chamber, to the Latino Consortium, to the LPA. Get connected to all these organizations. Sylvia is running, I think it's called Raza United at East High School. We should be giving money to her. Every one of us should be giving money to her for the success and so forth. I just saw Carlos Alvarado and Sarah Alvarado, the Alvarado Real Estate Group. Carlos and his staff, and of course, Sarah is like, well, I mean, she's in another stratosphere. But Carlos Alvarado is a success story, originally from Mexico, and he's kicking you know what. If you want to buy a house, go talk to him. Go talk to him and some of his agents. You know, Sarah and another young lady named Tiffany Malone are doing this Own It. We do not have enough Latinos that are owning their own home. We are behind in what we should be doing. Again, a lot of talent that's here that's not recognized. I want the next police chief. I want the next sheriff. I want the next superintendent. I want the next mayor. I want the next county executive to be a Latino or Latina. That's what I want. And don't say it's not possible. I know there's some people that are thinking about, a Latina that's thinking about running for mayor. But you know, when Joe is ready to retire, Joe Parisi, maybe we'll give him a Latino or Latina that he can support and help us get elected to that position. I like Kelvin Barrett. I like him. He's a great guy. And I told him, you got 2 terms, and then we're going to put a Latino or Latina sheriff there. That's what we're going to do. You got 2 terms. 2 terms. He said, I want 3 or 4. I said, that's not a long-term job. Folks, the talent that we have here, we need to be more united. Now, I'm going to tell you, yes, is it difficult because of the media that we're in, you know, all the social media we're in, of not staying on course or not supporting each other. I gotta end pretty soon so y'all can eat. Are we, sometimes that stops us. When you disagree with somebody, when you don't think that they're doing the job, call them on it. Let me tell you, I get called on all the time. Do I like it? Of course not. But I either change or you move to the side. There's people that are doing great things. Karen Menendez, you know, I went to her event a week ago or 2 weeks ago of the new Centro Hispano. Jessica Cavazos is going to be the Latino Chamber of Commerce. We're going to have an event next Wednesday from 4 to 7 at the new location that they're at. We got to go and support her as well. I'm going to tell you, if Shiva was not at UW Health, everywhere I go, I see UW Health, UW Health, UW Health. And then of course, I see Findorf, but don't take that wrong, Lindsay. I didn't mean it for you. But all our corporate entities, whether it's CUNA, whether it's the credit unions, whether it's UW Health or GHC or whatever, they need to also step up and support our community. They need to support our community, and they're not doing enough. There's not equity or parity for Latinos in this town. And I love Madison, Wisconsin. I'll tell you all now, especially the young students that are here, this is my 46th year aquí. Ya tengo 46 años aquí. Teresa tiene 45. Yo me acuerdo cuando Teresa no le gustaba hablar en inglés, ahora ya puro inglés. Ahora Teresa Tez Girón, ahí está con sus hijas. Una de sus hijas está aquí está tu mamá, su mamá también. I mean, Teresa Tez and I worked at Centro Hispano when Hilda Thomas was a director. And Teresa had a heart of gold, a heart of gold. And she still has it. She just doesn't share it with me anymore. But that's a whole nother story. Centro Hispano, yes, they're doing great things, but the Latino Chamber of Commerce is as well. I don't see Baltasar de Anda here, but Baltasar is also going to be building a building too. They're in the process of trying to do that as well. That's the Latino Academy for Workforce Development. I know. Give them a round of applause. You know, again, other people that have been here a long time, I don't always agree with them, and they don't always agree with me, but I talk to them when I see them, and I listen to them, and they listen to me, I think. You know, people like Mark Frere. Where's Mark? Did you know that Mark Frere's son is in medical school now? Did you know that? Shiva, get ready, Shiva. We're going to hire another Latino doctor at UW Health. Did you? I told you about Santiago Rosas, about Salvador Carranza. I mean, and Oscar Mireles is another one. Oscar Mireles is another one. But Hilda Thomas, Dora Zuniga, all the predecessors to Karen, they helped build the foundation for the next level. I saw her right now, and I know she's going to call me later if I don't mention her. And that's Julia Arata Frata. Julia was the president of the Latino Chamber of Commerce. She rolled up her sleeves, and she got it done. Her and I didn't see eye to eye. We argued like if we were married, but we weren't. She had 2 sons. Those sons are geniuses now because they were exposed to everything that they're doing now academically. But there's somebody there, and I'm going to tell you now, if she decides to run for mayor, I'm going to support her for the mayor of Fitchburg. A Latina, the mayor of Fitchburg. I remember I used to talk to Julia about politics. She was apolitical, didn't want to talk about that at all. At all. Now she can't wait to run for this or run for that. And that's good. And then she's got another compatriot over there, Joe Maldonado. All of you know about Joe Maldonado. He's a next generation also that are doing great things. I'm singling out people because I just saw her a minute ago. Where is she? Well, there's Araceli. Araceli's also doing great work. I read all her stuff. I read it all. And I read when they promote it. You can give her a round of applause. Give Araceli. Hire her. She writes books. She does training. She does all those things. Her and I don't see eye to eye, but she does good stuff. Okay? I want to remind everybody, there's a lot of talent, and we need to take advantage of that. Thank you, Madison 365, for recognizing us, but we should recognize ourselves like the Montotos. I congratulate the winners today, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to come speak to you. Gracias.
Thank you, Juan Jose. Well, it's time to have lunch. So I'm in a very precarious point. I'm the one thing standing between you and lunch, so I'll let you have lunch. We'll be back in a bit.
Wait, Luis.
Juan Jose is not finished.
I'm sorry.
But go ahead and eat.
Go ahead and eat, but I also forgot to mention Gloria Reyes is here, the first Latina ever elected to the Madison School Board. Give her a round of applause. She puts more stuff on Facebook than I do. That's pretty scary from my perspective. Jose Madera. I've known Jose Madera forever, and I just saw him right now. Jose Madera is an extraordinary counselor at the UW-Madison. Gracias, Jose. Thank you.
So we have a number of awards and recognitions that La Movida and Midwest Family Madison would like to give. We're going to start with the Making a Difference Award. The Making a Difference Award honors an individual or organization who is making significant contributions to their community through their time, actions, talents, and dedication. And this year's recognition goes to Roots for Change Co-op. Roots for Change is the first co-op owned, led, and managed by 6 immigrant Latinas, indigenous women, doulas, and community health workers. Roots for Change walks with families in their journeys of parenting, childbirth, motherhood, and womanhood. Their mission is to change the maternal and child health landscape to address inequities in perinatal well-being by empowering families and challenging healthcare systems to become what they ought to be. This year's recipient of the Making a Difference Award goes to Roots for Change. You want to come up and we got some metal for you. Ándale.
Muy buenas tardes con todos ustedes. Es realmente un privilegio estar aquí con todos ustedes que están acompañándonos. Mi compañera Aida nos va a estar diciendo todo lo que estoy diciendo en inglés. Y bueno, mi nombre es Marisela Martínez, miembro de la cooperativa Raíces para el Cambio, junto con mis compañeras Rosalba, Matilde, Aida. Y 2 de mis compañeras no están aquí, están en una está de vacaciones, Jennifer, y otra compañera está en Costa Rica, Mariela, que le mandamos muchos saludos.
Hello everyone. We are Root for Change. We are 6 women leading this co-op here in Dane County. My name is Aida Inuka, Mari Martinez, Rosalba Montoya, Lupe Cachiwango, and we have one co-worker who is in another state at this moment, and one more in Costa Rica.
Es un placer volver a estar en este espacio donde muchos de nosotros estamos trabajando para la comunidad y me gustaría compartir algunas líneas que hemos escrito para agradecer.
We would like to share some lines, words that we would like to share at this moment with all of you. Thank you.
La labor de Raíces para el Cambio nace de la necesidad y el deseo de crear espacios donde mujeres inmigrantes puedan expresar toda su humanidad como mujeres, madres, esposas, hijas.
Root for Change comes from the need of women, from the real concept of humanity, from the need of being women, from being a wife, and yeah.
La experiencia perinatal de nuestras familias no solo está informada por nuestras circunstancias presentes.
And the circumstance of our our work is not just expressed by the life that we are bringing in our everyday, in our existence,
sino que nuestra historia y cultura está documentada que los sistemas de salud públicos y hospitalarios no están aún preparados para vernos con toda nuestra humanidad.
It is aligned around our culture and our experience that we bring from our country, and also we know that the system and the health environment is not ready to express our spirit of Latino and indigenous well-being.
Es por eso que nuestra labor se encuentra en las intersecciones de derechos humanos, derechos de la mujer y nuestros contextos socioculturales.
That's why our work is based in the intersection of the experience of our life, culture, and in general, sociocultural factor.
El recibir este reconocimiento es de gran impacto para nosotras, ya que el apoyo de nuestra comunidad latina es uno que necesitamos más y con mayor fuerza. Así que gracias a la movida y a Lupita que creyó en este proyecto y es una gran aliada de nosotras.
Our work is not just ourselves. Our work is the community. So we want to thank you, Lupita, for believing in us, in Root for Change and the community.
Gracias, Lupita, por seguir influenciando y usar tu poder que tienes, porque es muy fácil decir que podemos apoyar a todas las comunidades, es muy fácil decir que podemos apoyar a las organizaciones, pero no todos se atreven, y los que se atreven realmente son valientes.
Thank you, Lupita, for choosing our work, because working in this environment is not easy. It implies a lot of barriers going across, and it's the work of courageous and brave people.
El futuro de nuestra comunidad se gesta literalmente y figurativamente dentro de cada mujer. Y Raíces sueña poder seguir creyendo, poder seguir creciendo y poder seguir cultivando bienestar para nuestras familias.
The future of Root for Change is growing in the spirit inside of each woman or each human being. So we have a lot of way to go through. So we want to continue doing our work along with our community, and all the people that would like to join us is welcome. And we have a lot of work to be finished, to be done. Thank you.
Gracias.
So we paused for a moment here so that they could have their photo taken. I know Juan Jose mentioned a number of publications that cover and highlight the Latino community, and what better example than Jonathan Gramlin with Capital City Hughes, who is here today. The Madison Times will often cover these events as well. So we have an embarrassment of riches when it comes to publications who have taken a genuine interest in our community. Next, the Hispanic Entrepreneur of the Year Award goes to Ode and Wency Melendez, Amigo Construction. This is a father and son team. They co-own Amigo Construction in Cambridge. And you know, this family is truly dynamic. And Wency, who's making his way here, is getting well recognized, and it is well deserved. He was selected as the 40 under 40 in Business Magazine for the 2022 class. He's a member of the Rotary Club of Downtown Madison, and Amigo Construction was recently selected for the Wisconsin Leadership Business Impact Award for small businesses by Madison 365. Give it up for Amigo Construction.
Ooh, talk about being nervous. All right, put a little something together here that I wanted to share with you guys. First of all, hay que darle gracias a Dios. Es que sin Él nada es posible. I'd like to thank Luis and Lupita Montoto for the recognition. Good timing. Amigo Construction is a family-owned and operated business, primarily focusing on architectural metals, aluminum composite, and other decorative exterior cladding products. We operate out of Cambridge, Wisconsin, about 20 minutes east of Madison. Our current in-house staff is made up of 15 employees who take care of management, shipping and receiving, and shop production. And we also have about 25 field guys. They take care of site logistics, installation, quality control, and safety. My name is Wency Melendez, and I'm currently the president and CEO of Amigo. This year marks 30 years in business. At Amigo, there are 3 differentiators that set us apart from others. Number 1, at Amigo, we welcome critical thinking within our organization. And I want no part of any cookie-cut project. We think outside the box, and we like to push our limits. At Amigo Construction, we embrace cross-industry innovation. And with 80,000 square feet of facility, we're able to build mock-ups, test materials, train our staff, and work directly with clients to help better understand the products, the installation sequences, and while building our capacity and strengthening our client relations. And number 3, at Amigo, we stay of trends, and we have an internal strategy to take advantage of them. I'm looking to purchase steel goods directly from the Netherlands and India as an example. These 3 differentiators are what keeps me moving. It's what motivates me, and it's what I believe business is. I'd like to just share that because there's plenty of youth here, and there's plenty of talent in the city of Madison. Had it not been for a lot of pioneers here, had it not been for a lot of people standing up and willing to help me, I probably couldn't be here without them. So with that, I'd like for everyone here that has a leadership role to take that and to plant that seed into the youth. In short, I am thankful for everybody that has paid it forward, guiding me through the ropes of business and helping me build client relations. I also would like to take the time to thank my wife, Veronica, te quiero un buen. We also brought our 2 oldest children, Ali and Isa. Please get to know them, as one day they too will help push the envelope On behalf of my father, Odilon Melendez, who couldn't be here today, I again would like to thank you, Luis and Lupita, for the award. Raise it up. There's to another 30 years in business, y que viva la raza. Gracias.
Congratulations. Well deserved. Next, the Believe and Succeed Award goes to Jorge Antesana. He is the Vice President and COO of the Wisconsin Latino Chamber of Commerce. Jorge is a professional with a career of more than 30 years, holding high-level positions in industries such as banking, insurance, education, nonprofit organizations, and others. He is currently, as I mentioned, the Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of the Latino Chamber of Commerce, a Senior Instructor of Business Technology at Madison College, a SCORE Madison Certified Mentor, a Technical Educator at DaneNet, and CEO of Antesana's Technology and Business Services. Let us congratulate Jorge Antesana, the Believe and Succeed Award winner this year.
I want to use my glasses, for sure. Good afternoon. I want to thank Lupita and Luis Montoto and La Movida Radio for this excellence award. I feel be proud to receive it, Luis. All the time we are with you, okay? Remember that. I also want to thank my family, my wife Virginia, and my children, Claudia, John, Jorge, Cynthia, Diego, and Silvia, and my granddaughters, Valentina and Camila, for all their support in achieving my goals. I also would like to thank to Wisconsin Latino Chamber of Commerce and their President and CEO, Jessica Cavazos, who, in addition to being my boss, is a great friend. Thank Jess. Also want to thank the team, Maria, Gabi, Paola, Temo, Jessica, Tia, Abraham, and Kate. Thank you so much. As you know, I also work with other agencies and organizations, so I would like to thank Madison College, the SCORE, and DaneNet for all their support over the years. I want to finish by saying that life gives you few opportunities, and you have to know how to locate them and develop them, otherwise they are only a dream. My goal is to share with you the values that will help all of us pave the path to success with responsibility, integrity, and honesty. God bless you. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Jorge. The Amigo Award. The Amigo Award does go to an amigo, friend to myself and to all of you. Joe Parisi, our county executive, is this year's recipient of the Amigo Award. Joe has called Dane County home his entire life. He sought out public service as a way to give back to a community that has given so much to him. Joe was first elected county executive in 2011, after having already served 6 years in the state assembly and having already served 8 years as the Dane County clerk. Joe's priority is to ensure that everyone in our community has access to the opportunities needed to succeed, and he believes that investing in people pays big dividends. Joe knows that this can work because he himself experienced it. Joe gives back to ensure that our children's generations has access to the same opportunities that were available to him, greater if possible. Joe and his wife, Erin, raised their 2 daughters on Madison's east side, and Joe has led the county during a period of great prosperity, economic growth, and many challenges, not least of which is the pandemic. He's a frequently in attendance at this event and many other events and issues important to the community. And that is why this year, Joe Parisi is the recipient of the Amigo Award.
Thank you, Mario, and Luis and Lupita. My best wishes to Lupita. Thank you so much. I can tell that you are true friends because you used a pre-pandemic photo of me, and my hair is a little bit different color now, but I appreciate that very much. I'll be brief. I told Juan, you all have to hear from me all the time anyways, so I won't take up much of your time, but I just want to say I can't think of a nicer thing to happen or a greater compliment than to be called a friend. So know that the feeling's mutual. Back at you. I appreciate you. I look forward to continuing our partnerships and our friendship. Thank you.
Next, another person who is quite familiar to all of you, I presume. The Hispanic Achievement of the Year Award goes to the Latino Professionals Association and Norma Gallegos. Norma emigrated from Mexico to Madison 18 years ago, a first-generation college student. Norma has over 6 years of experience in nonprofit programming, development, and management. Currently, she works at Centro Hispano of Dane County as Workforce and Career Pathways Manager and acts as the president. Doesn't just act, she is the president of the Latino Professionals Association. You better believe it. Norma was a radio personality for La Movida, and in 2019, she was awarded the Wisconsin Young Professional Impact Award by Madison Magnet and named one of the 34 most powerful Latinos in Wisconsin by Madison 365. And that is why she is this year's Hispanic Achievement of the Year.
A lot of pressure, huh? Qué calor. What an honor, indeed. Indeed, it is a lot of pressure and a lot of responsibility to be receiving this award, especially coming from two of the people that I admire the most and that are pillars to this community and role models, Luis y Lupita. Thank you for creating the spaces that give voice to the people and celebrate each other. Los quiero mucho. I am honored because many who have been here before me have positively shaped Dane County and have inspired me in many ways. I look forward to seeing many of you sitting here today that are working to reshape how the future looks for all of us up here in the years to come. In order to reshape, we need to reframe and innovate. Reframe our narrative by embracing ourselves fully and authentically. And innovate by looking out far and beyond what we know. Some time ago, I made a conscious decision to show up as my full self everywhere I go. Con mi español, mi inglés, my broken English, all my accent, all of me. Because when I do that, I am honoring my beloved and fearless mother, my persevering and resilient father, and a line of powerful women that have fought tirelessly for me to be here today. By showing up with my full self, I am altering my journey and my story. And yes, it can be hard, isn't it? But there is power in numbers and influence in holding power. I believe that the biggest influence lies in our stories and in our journey. Let me tell you, our influence is increasing by the minute. You probably know this already. The Latina community now represents a consumption market larger in size than the entire economy of nations like Canada and South Korea, according to the latest reports in economy and growth. Let's think about that for a second. Every decision that we make, whether big or small, and we make those every day, every second, has an influence. So please go out and vote for those who can't. My family immigrated when I was 16. In Mexico, you need to be 18 to vote. So I was not able to vote in Mexico before I migrated here. I've been living here for 18 years now. Do not make counts. I'm in my early 30s. I'm proud of that. And I can still vote. So yes, I've never voted. Voting is a privilege. Please go out and vote for those of us who can't. What happens today is going to impact tomorrow, right? So how we show up matters, how we share our stories matters, how we treat each other and lift each other up matters. Oftentimes, the things that go unspoken can hurt the most. So speak up, advocate for yourself, and advocate for others. I learned from my mother to treat others with dignity and generosity. Be courageous and graceful when fighting for justice. And I promised her that I will live to honor her through servant leadership, because that's who I am. There is power in collective knowledge. There is power in collective stories. Every time I feel I can't fight anymore, I remember that I might be tired, but I'm not defeated. I'd like to thank everyone that has been part of my journey and believed in me when I didn't. Mi familia adorada, mis hermanas que están aquí, Jessica y Anaí. La familia de amigos que he formado, many friends that I've known along the way in college, are family today, and many of you are here today, so thank you for being part of the journey. La familia que he formado away from home, Luis y Lupita también, gracias por hacerme parte de su familia, Lu y Manny. Centro, mi santuario y mi familia, especialmente Karen. Thank you for creating a space of healing and believing. To the leaders that are part of the Latino Consortium for Action, I have learned so much from you. You are my role models. To my dear board of director leaders from the Latino Professionals Association, y a esta comunidad de soñadores, visionarios y creadores, muchas gracias.
The Community Leader of the Year award goes this year to Mario Garcia Sierra of MG&E. Originally from Guatemala City, Guatemala, he moved to Madison in 2003, hoping to continue his higher education goals. Mario has been working with MG&E since 2012, and in June of this year, he became the director of the residential and community service area. In this role, he oversees a vibrant and diverse team of 8 people dedicated to promoting energy efficiency and conservation through innovating approaches centered around equity. During his time at MG&E, he has fostered and led community partnerships and collaborations to help the company meet the need of and engage MG&E's increasingly diverse customer base. Prior to MG&E, he was, like many of us, directly or indirectly, a graduate of Centro Hispano. He was director of programs at Centro Hispano, and he is this year's Community Leader of the Year award recipient. Please welcome Mario Garcia Sierra.
Los voy a saludar en el idioma de mi mamá. Dicen cuando se encuentran, masala chol. I'm going to greet you in my mother's language. When people see each other, they say masala chol, which means, ¿cómo está tu corazón? Es una comunidad quechí en el noreste de Guatemala. My mother comes from a Mayan community in the northeast of Guatemala. It's the Quechí community. And masala chol means like, how is your heart? And the heart, it's this culture is centered in the heart. And when you go see somebody, you say, my heart told me to come to visit you. And I share this because I come from people who were in this continent before it was called what it is called now. And also because sometimes we forget about the indigenous roots and cultures that we have in our community here every day. I never called myself Hispanic or Latino being in Guatemala. So, and it felt that when I crossed the border, I left behind that indigenous identity because it's not recognized here in this part of the country, or maybe all over the country. So that's why I wanted to share this with you, and it's quite an honor to be here with you today. And thank you so much, Luis and Lupita, for this opportunity to be here today. I was reflecting with Luis and Gloria the other day, and we were thinking about 20 years of the radio. I've been here in this community 19 years, and a lot has changed, and I believe most of it's for the good. And it's been challenging times all over, but I think that we have overcome all of that. And that's because all the work that all of you, many of you have done, and that work has really come from the heart to really uplift the lives and the dignity and all the passion that many people like me bring when we come to this country, when we decide to leave our families behind. As you heard, I work for Madison Gas and Electric, and we always go around the community promoting energy efficiency, energy conservation, renewable energy, and many of you are key partners on that work. Thank you so much. And if you want specific energy saving tips today, you can talk to Gloria, Charlie, Leah there, who work as part of my team, so they can talk to you about all of that. So thank you for being here and for always making work a lot of fun and exciting. And I like poetry, as some of you might know, and there is this Antonio Machado, caminante no hay camino, se hace camino al andar. And that's what we do. Every day we're crafting our own journey, our own path. So I believe that a lot of our path has crossed in many ways. Maybe it's not as intentional now for many reasons, but I always know that there is a invite there to continue that path, that somehow one day we cross and we are still there. And also, speaking of life, uplifted dignity, another quote from one of my favorite poets, Otto René Castillo. He says, nada podrá contra la vida, porque nada pudo jamás contra la vida. Nothing can defeat life, because never life has been defeated. So that's another another quote that I carry in my heart when I do the work. And thank you so much for being here today. And let's continue celebrating our culture, our history this month, but especially every day. Muchas gracias.
Bueno, yo sé que hemos dejado a nuestros amigos del Consulado de México en Milwaukee esperando bastante, pero es porque queremos prolongar la visita de ustedes, ¿no? This year's Community Organization of the Year Award goes to the Consulado de México in Milwaukee. The Consulate of Mexico in Milwaukee currently serves approximately 300,000 Mexicans and Mexican Americans throughout the state of Wisconsin. And according to the latest U.S. Census from 2020, Hispanics constitute 7.1% of the total population in the state of Wisconsin, and over 70% of them identify themselves as Mexican. It was a big deal when the Mexican consulate was established in Milwaukee in 2016, following the growing economic and social importance of the Mexican community in this area of the Midwest. And to date, the consulate is the only foreign diplomatic mission in the state of Wisconsin, and they are this year's Community Organization of the Year Award. And here to accept this recognition is Ambassador Claudia Franco Hijuelos.
Muchas gracias. Buenas tardes a todos. Masalachón. Me acompañan miembros del equipo del consulado, si me permiten que se presenten.
Buenas tardes, Cassandra Castorena. Yo estoy a cargo del Departamento de Documentación en el Consulado de México en Milwaukee.
Hi, everyone. My name is David Ramirez. I work for the Department of Community Affairs. I know some of you here, Master Chiva Vidar, she collaborates with us, and I'm looking forward to meet all of you. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm here to meet you.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Luis Ernesto Díaz, encargado de Asuntos Civiles del área de protección consular, y no hay más grande honor que servir a la patria. Gracias.
Well, my name is Claudia Franco, and on behalf of the Consulate of Mexico in Milwaukee, representing the government of Mexico in Wisconsin, I welcome this opportunity to join today's celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, together with Hispanic community leaders and organizations. All of you, I'm really impressed. I've learned a lot from today's event. The Mexican Consulate is truly honored to have been selected to receive the Community Institution of the Year Award to recognize our positive impact on the Mexican community. I would like to thank Lupita Montoto, Luis Montoto, and the staff of WLMV, La Movida, and Midwest Family Madison for this recognition to the contribution that we make to the empowerment of individuals and families in Wisconsin. The Consulate of Mexico provides essential documentation services and legal support services and representation. We participate in outreach campaigns to educate the community about their rights and about the resources available to them to promote their health and their training. And we promote Mexican culture and traditions, among other activities. So we really have to do with you all the time. Most importantly, the Consulate of Mexico values our collaboration with community organizations and local and state government institutions, and all of this with the shared objective to enhance the contribution of Mexicans and Hispanics, Latinx, to the community at large. So I just want to say, may our collaboration continue to be a key building block to strengthen relations between Mexico and Wisconsin. Thank you so much for this award. Muchísimas gracias.
Well, that concludes the awards, and it is my honor and privilege, as it always is, all 12 years, to turn the mic over to our good friend Luis Montoto for some closing remarks.
Hi everyone, my name is Kenia Coronado. I'm a PhD candidate in the Department of Political Science. Buenas tardes a todos, mi nombre es Kenia Coronado y soy una doctorante en el Departamento de Ciencias Políticas. Y solo quiero agradecerle a los Montotos por todo el trabajo que han hecho. I really want to thank the Montotos for all the work that they have done. I met the Montotos a few years ago and they took me under their wing. I was on the morning show as a co-host with Luis. and I'm a firm believer of giving people their flowers while they're with us. Soy una firme creyente en darle su reconocimiento a la gente mientras que están con nosotros, y simplemente le quiero dar este ramo de flores a Luis y a Lupita, y a ellos agradecerles bastante por serme también parte de su familia. I really consider them a family. Thank you so much, Luis and Lupita.
All right. Thank you, Kenya. Well, I want to congratulate all the award recipients this year. As I mentioned earlier, this has been a very different Hispanic Heritage Luncheon for us. The person really responsible for all of this is not here, is not with us today. She's, thank God, at home with our 21-year-old son that was discharged from the hospital yesterday. They gave him his last chemo yesterday, or I should say the day before, and they said, okay, they did all their testing and stuff like that, and they said, okay, he can go home. But obviously with some restrictions. But I want to thank Tom. Tom's here. Tom Walker, he's the president of Midwest Family Madison Broadcasting, it said. So 20 years, today we celebrate 20 years of turning on La Movida 24/7 on 1480. And he is obviously a person responsible for that. I kind of got in his way. I was driving, and we had that little place at Park Street, right, Tom? And Lupita and I started doing weekends there, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if we were leaving, and Tom, he says, I was in a hurry, so I kind of came across his path, right? And he says, that's how we saw La Movida. And he called us a couple of days later, or weeks, and he says, hey, I'm Tom Walker. Can I meet you guys? Who? Who the hell? Who's Tom Walker? It's and he asked me a key question. He says, have you ever been asked on what you would do with a signal, a station, a frequency 24/7? I said, yeah, but I've been asked that before, but unless you don't speak the language or are involved in the business, you know, what can you say? It's just like clocks and formats and blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah. He says, well, that's when he got my attention, when he says, well, if there is somebody in Madison that can provide a 24/7 station, that would be me. I said, whoa. So what was your name again? Tom Walker, president of Midwest Family Broadcasting. I said, oh. He says, do you want to meet? I said, I don't know. I said, when? I said, let me call the boss. You guys know Lupita, right? So she has the calendar, right? Just like, okay, let me call the boss. And I said, when do you want to meet? He says, how about tomorrow? I said, whoa, tomorrow? And here we are 20 years later. So he's a great visionary. And as I said earlier, you know, right now he makes fun of it and he thinks I don't know, but I know. When he presented the idea to his board of directors 20-some years ago, what'd they tell you, Tom? Loco. Yeah, it's loco, not local, right? Loco. And I can see, if you guys would know the board back then, and I could see that happening, right? And it's just like, dude, you're in Madison, Wisconsin. There is no radio station, there is no successful radio station in Milwaukee. What makes you think there will be a successful radio station in Madison? And there he is, Tom Walker. So thank you, gracias, Tom. He's a partner in crime. And my boss, Randy, and everybody over at Midwest Madison. Any of the team here? Any? All right, yeah. Where's everybody else? Where's the team? So, hey, see there. Those are the team over at La Movida. I know you guys. Yeah, great applause. You know, it's Lupita and I are the faces of La Movida, especially me. I'm the eye candy, right? Yeah. Right? No. But we have a great team behind us. Promotions, Bonnie, where's Bonnie? Bonnie's back there. All the events of La Movida, I mean, every single event of La Movida, Lupita, Bonnie, and then me. I just get a hold of the bands and stuff like that. But everything else Lupita and Bonnie do for all the events, and they have Bonnie has a team, and we all have a team over at Midwest. So just so you know, it's not just us. We have a great team behind us. So guys, congratulations. You have kids at home. Hug them, kiss them, appreciate them. As I said earlier, God has given me a second opportunity with my son. Sometimes as parents, we're very strict with our parents, with our kids. Louis is studying to be a chef at Madison College. And what I mean by that is sometimes Louis, you know how kids are, that right now it's the gaming issue. It's just like, Dad, they call me Papi. Papi, I want to build my own computer. Look, Louis, you're studying to be a chef. Why don't you concentrate on your recipes, on studying at Madison College, your grades and stuff like that. And, don't worry about the gaming, whatever. Well, and it's not like he just told me once. He would tell me, and then he says, YouTube or TikTok? He says, if him and I build a computer with all this video and audio supremacy inside, I could do some of my recipes, do videos, and go on YouTube. So he tried to use everything. So when Louis got sick, and he was really, really sick, he was intubated. He was in ICU for a week. I said, what kind of father am I? His dream was to build his own computer. And now he's got his computer. Even though because of his circumstances, he couldn't build it, I got him one. I got him a gaming computer. So sometimes we have to kind of, relax, and our kids have dreams, and you never know what might come of that. So I thank God he gave me a second opportunity with my son, and my son has his gaming computer. He's also into singing, so whatever they want, not, within limits, obviously, not whatever, but we need to listen to our kids sometimes. And that's the only advice with this experience that I've had with my son. I can give you that advice. Sometimes listen to them. And, even if it's just a little bit, give in a little bit, And because you never know. One day he could develop a cough. And you take him to see the doctor, and you think it's like they'll give him antibiotics or they'll give him a cough syrup or whatever. And you find out it's something totally different. It's a tumor the size of your hand attacking his trachea. That was my experience. So thank you, everybody. I don't want to be the downer here, but my family is going through a very difficult situation. I appreciate Tom and Randy helping us. They've been great, supporting us with everything, and everybody else at work. So thank you, everybody, and thank you to all of you. We love you guys. Stay safe. Keep working hard. Keep working towards your goals. There are opportunities, like I said many, many years ago. This is my philosophy. And I said it this morning when we had Madison College over today at the studio. There are opportunities just lying on the side of the street. You just have to have two things. One, vision to recognize those opportunities, and two, the strength to pick it up and run with it. That's all it is. So keep looking for your dreams. Thank you. We'll see you next year. Gracias. Thank you.